Hey everybody, it's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies, and I am here today with my weekly mental health check-in. I hope everyone is doing well. I wish you all the best, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. This is going to be a hard one. I got quite a few things going on, some happy stuff, but a lot of sadness. Before I get into that, I will share with you real quick what I'm working on today. So March events started yesterday, and if you've caught my March event post, you know which ones I'm doing. I am just now going to break into Creekside Magic by Molly Harrison. This was a Black Friday release that I grabbed, and I was really drawn to it. This is totally not my norm. I think her holding the dragonfly in her hand with the butterflies flying around just kind of choked at my heart. And so I grabbed it. I had to have it. So I am doing this for Mermaids and Magic. I'm also doing this for Fins and Fairies. And hang on, let me grab my logbook here because I think I'm doing it for something else and I can't remember what. Let's see. Fairies and Fins. Get Your Weird On 2024 and Mermaids and Magic 2024. Because this is a very weird painting for me to be doing. My cover minders here are, this was sent to me by a very good friend, Laureen, sent me this beautiful dragonfly cover minder. I'm not sure where she got it from. This butterfly is from Bella Art de Nicole. It's one of their resin butterflies, and it was also sent to me from Laureen. My pen is one of my recent pickups from Enabler's Outpost. It's got some feathers and dried flowers in it. It's really, really pretty and soft. And I'm using Patty Wax. They're super sticky in this little tin. You scrape with this for wax. This is for my single placer, but you scrape and then you kind of press it in. And I have this nifty little tool that I got from another company that helps push it down in to make it concave. This helps with residue on your drills, and it actually really does work. It works really, really well. All right, and then we're going to do some cranberry sparkle for our putty from Butterfly Effect Wares. And I sold a bunch of my Bella trays because I was getting rid of my just regular larges so that I could upgrade to Easy Grid 3.1, but I haven't been able to do that at the moment. So I did not have enough trays to kit up my 4 whips for this month for the events I'm doing. So I'm using my Silk Fuchsia Firefly Inferno. Oh, that's beautiful. It's an Inferno Nano. That's the little pop-out drill tray holder, but I'm in my Harbor Freights. So yeah, I'm going to start with L here. And my hand is bandaged again. I'm trying to give some more support to my thumb. At least today I can actually hold the pen and diamond paint. I've been having a lot of trouble. I'm actually scheduled to go see an orthopedic hand surgeon, hand specialist on the 25th of March. That was as soon as they could get me in. I'm on the cancellation list, and in case someone cancels, that I can sneak in to see if there's anything else they can do. or not. I'm using Dragonfly release papers from Crafts with Crashly. I actually think they put these on the discontinue or the clearance pile or something. So I think they are discontinuing them. They were the first release papers I ever bought that were, designed from Crashly. So it's been a tough week. If you are new here, welcome. I'm sorry that your first experience with my channel is going to be a depressing one. I decided to start doing these. I have a whole mental health series. I think it's 5 parts. And then I decided to do a mental health check-in to keep the focus of the more negative stuff out of my whip-in chats for the most part, and make my whip-in chats more about the events of the week and the good parts about what's been going on. Yesterday and today have been really difficult. Athena is not doing well. Most of you probably know that my 7-year-old bull mastiff is very sick. She has developed what they think is an autoimmune disease, and it is preventing her body from creating new red blood cells. And it's killing off the ones that she has. They put her on a steroid treatment therapy 2 weeks ago, and we went back on Friday for her checkup. It started out with good news because she had lost a little shy of 17 pounds. 17, 19 pounds, something like that. Well, she's gained 7 pounds back. So I was very encouraged by that. However, I had noticed as the week had gone on, she seemed to be getting weaker. She was filling back out when you looked at her because she had looked like a skeleton with some skin pulled across when it came to her back. And she was starting to fill back out, which made me happy and gave me some encouragement. The vet was happy with how interactive she was and how responsive she was. I did tell her that as the week had gone on, she had seemed kind of cognitively impaired. And she said, well, let's take a look at her numbers, and then we'll talk about it. It's like, okay. So they actually came and took her blood in the room. Typically they take her into the back, but walking really tires her out. She almost didn't make it across the street to get in from the car to the door. My husband was afraid he was going to have to pick her up. But she did. She made it. It just took a little bit. So they spun her blood, and we waited a little while. And then they came back in and said that She had been at an 11 last week, or 2 weeks ago, and they had been hoping that she would have gained a point or two. Well, instead, she went down 2 points. So her red blood cell count was at a 9, which is not good. We asked if she was suffering, and she said no. She said it's obvious looking at her, she is not in any type of distress. She's eating, she's drinking. She's just tired. You know how a lot of people talk about spoon theory for humans? How, you wake up each morning and you only have so many spoons to get through the day. Well, it's like she used the analogy of that she only has so many spoons to get through her day, and that's pretty much just enough spoons to, be able to survive. There's really not a whole lot left, and she has to recover from one exertion of a spoon to another. I don't know if you can hear it or not. My youngest daughter is home. She was unable to come home last weekend, but yesterday her spring break started. So she drove home from college last night, and she's going to be here till Tuesday. She's actually just going to be with me through tomorrow night, and then she's spending Sunday night, Monday, and half of Tuesday with her dad before she heads back to school. So she's gaming with her stepfather right now. So we're gonna hang out and do some stuff later. So yeah, I've been pretty depressed for the last 24 hours, I guess. I don't even know that it's been 24 hours. Her appointment was at 4:15. I think it was around 5:30 that we got the news of her blood work. The vet said she's not willing to throw in the towel yet because of the fact that she's still engaging, she's still physical, she's affectionate, she's eating, she's drinking, she is exhibiting somewhat normal behavior. She just doesn't have all of it in her. So they have doubled her prednisone, and they added another immunosuppressant. I don't know that I'm saying that right. It begins with an A. That's about all I can tell you. It's a very long name. It is used for humans that have this autoimmune disease, because it is a disease that humans get too. They don't know what causes it, what brings it on. Just something doesn't interact well. She gets exposed to something. She had hemorrhagic gastroenteritis in January, and she made it through that, which that almost killed her. But she made it through that with what we thought was flying colors. However, then this happened. The vet said she couldn't find any evidence or any reported cases of anyone developing a autoimmune disease Sorry, my table got pushed out. After having HGE, but that doesn't mean that it didn't play a role. It could just be one of those things. And they call that idiopathic, where you're left in the dark of not knowing what brought it on. There is no cure for autoimmune diseases, so it's not like we're fighting for a cure. However, if we can get an appropriate treatment measure that's working, it could potentially extend her life for years. Athena's been through a lot in her short 7 years. She despite being on heartworm pills, she somehow contracted heartworm when she was 4 or 3. And I don't know if you've ever had or know a dog that has gone through heartworm treatment. It's not pretty. We got lucky that we caught it before the heartworms laid eggs. So that was really fortunate and lucky. So she successfully went through that. That was 9 months of hell. She was not allowed to run, play, jump. She had to be taken out on a leash. So it was rough. But she came through it. She survived. She's a fighter. Then she had, this gastroenteritis, hemorrhagic gastroenteritis. And she was not given very good odds with that, and she survived. And she was starting to thrive again. And we didn't even take her into the vet because we thought there was anything wrong with her. She just went in for her normal checkup. And they ran her blood work. And the vet comes out and she shows us when she pulled down her eyelid, it's supposed to be pink. Their mucous membrane underneath their eyeball, and hers was white. She then pulled up her gums, and that was, they were white, very, very pale pink, whereas they're supposed to be a nice bright pink to show that they're, healthy. God, I hate it when I get putty on my kit, on the glue. It's like impossible to get it all off. And I know that the drills will cover it in the end, but it's just frustrating. But, so now she has this. I lost her brother. We had her and Titan were from the same litter. So they were literally brother and sister. And he died 2 years ago, March 25th. We had to put him down. We never did find out exactly what was wrong. It's believed that he died of degenerative myelopathy, which is hereditary. which we were afraid that Athena would get it. But when we had her genetic profile done, she did not carry the gene. So we were very grateful. We were like, wow, we dodged that bullet. So we celebrated her 7th birthday this past October. I baked her own cake, and we all sang to her, and had a good day. It's been hard for me because there are certain things. Having her get a blood transfusion would probably save her life. However, it's $5,000. And that's $5,000 I don't have. And I have felt very guilty because I spent $7,000 over the course of 6 months trying to save Titan. And in the end, had to put him down. And I can't give her the same treatment. I can't give her what I gave T. I'm sorry, guys. They wanted to put her on a different dosage of this medication that it is our best shot at trying to reverse the severe anemia. And the production of her red blood cells to get her body to start making them again. But the drug of choice is, hang on, I'm trying to figure out why these won't line up. Is there something wrong with this drill? We're just going to take it out. What was I saying? Oh, this medication, the drug of choice, was $285 for 30 days. And we couldn't afford that. So we went with the second best choice, and we kind of played around with the dosage. So she started that this morning. Last night she started with the increased prednisone. So we take her back on Saturday, the 9th, to see where we're at, whether or not the new medication is working. Obviously, if it is, we should see an increase in her activity level at home. We also went to the store and bought chicken livers that we're going to cook and give her. They're very high in iron and protein. And so they are considered to be very good to help combat the anemia. And so we wait and see. I am not the glass is half full kind of person. I try to be. I feel like I deluded myself over this past week by continuing to tell myself that, it's going to be okay. She's going to get through this. She's survived worse odds, that she's got this. She's going to kick autoimmune's ass. And she didn't. It just brought back how we tried treatment after treatment after treatment with Titan. And it was all for nothing. We ended up putting him down anyway. He couldn't walk. He couldn't control his bladder. He couldn't control his bowels. I don't want to say goodbye to her. The vet warned us that because her organs they're not failing, but they're not getting fresh oxygen and blood, that it's just making her sleepy and tired, that she wanted to make us aware of the fact that it was quite possible that we might wake up one morning and that she will have passed. Because her body she goes to sleep and doesn't wake up because it doesn't have enough strength or energy to wake up. I've lived through that once with Drogon. And whereas it would probably be the most peaceful way for her to go, I just can't even. Guys, I'll be back. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I had to, there were no tissues in here, and it was getting kind of snotty. I would like to take this opportunity to thank, the 3 people that donated to Athena's care. It helped pay her vet bill yesterday. And I really, truly appreciate that. Your generosity was unexpected and greatly appreciated. Like I said, we go back on Saturday. They had us just get a week's worth of this other immunoglobulin stuff, this other immunosuppressant for her, instead of buying an entire month's supply in case it doesn't work. So they gave us just enough to get her to Saturday. And it was $50 for that, for 9 days worth of pills. At least the chicken livers were cheap. They were $2 a container. I have no idea how many are in the container or how fast she will go through them. But I have no problem in replacing those if they're working. So we're going to cook some of those up for her for tonight. I was a little worried because she's been gobbling her food down, and last night when we got home and I went to feed her, she only ate about half, which was out of the norm. But I reminded myself that she'd had a long evening. It was stressful. She was tired. And that I would wait and see how she was in the morning. And at least this morning she was back to her normal self. And my daughter said that she seemed hungry at lunch, and so she gave her more food and she ate it. She gobbled it down. So that was encouraging. I was happy to see and hear that. I'm also not doing too well with my son. I contacted him via text last night on the way home from the vet, and told him that I sent him a text and I said the news regarding Athena is not good. And the first question he asked was, how much money did it cost? And I reacted very badly, very poorly. I couldn't believe that the first words out of his mouth were about money and not about how she was or what the bad news was or anything. And ever since he's moved in with his dad, he has truly become obsessed with money, which is one of the things that I was concerned about. His father has always been obsessed with money. And putting things before people or animals. And William has become like that now. I tried to talk to him because he came and picked up his sister and they went out to breakfast this morning. And I told Emily that if he wanted to come in and see Athena, he could. And she came home and I asked where William was, and she said he didn't come in. And I was like, what? And she said no. He said he didn't want to come in and get into things with you. And I couldn't believe that he was letting our petty squabble in the light of things affect his decision to come in and see Athena, considering it very well could be the last time he ever does see her. I waited a little while, and then I called him to talk to him about it. And I almost put that in the wrong symbol. Well, I did put these in the wrong symbol. See, this is why I don't get 2 containers out at once, because I get confused. he just doesn't get it. He doesn't. My son used to care about people, and he only cares about himself now. He makes the comment that it's because he's grown up and grown a spine. And I don't see it. I don't see that being how things are going. That's what this is all about. William accuses me of inflicting mental abuse when he was younger. And he's probably not wrong about that. I have apologized for a lot of things that I have said and done in the past. I had an undiagnosed mental disorder for 44 years of my life. I thought I was right. I thought that everything I was doing was correct. That everyone else had the problem. And that this is how things were supposed to be. I'm not using it as an excuse. I didn't know any better. I used the analogy to him that I was writing new code. That, when you have a computer and its binary memory starts to go, it still runs, but it keeps pushing out false information. It's not functioning properly. And that's what had happened to me. And that now I was just trying to write new code. I was trying to write new code, trying to overwrite the bad stuff. The bottom line is that I can't change what I did or what I said, how I said it. I can't change any of that. That ship has sailed. And there's, no matter how much I might want to go back and change the past, I can't. I have apologized for the past. I have asked for forgiveness. But that's all I can do. I can't do anything else. He needs to decide whether or not he's willing to forgive me and let us have a fresh start. And he's basically told me that right now he's not there. I'm just afraid that it's going to take too long. And that I'm going to die without ever having a relationship with my son again. I'm afraid that the hurt that he is causing me right now, that he's inflicting upon me, while trying to, as he puts it, protect himself, is that I'm not going to be able to forgive him, and that we're going to be in this perpetual mode of unforgiveness between the two of us. And then I'm going to die before we ever get it fixed and figured out. Because he does not really seem like he's too interested in fixing it. Sorry guys, I don't know if I'm able to mute that or not, so I apologize. It's getting really hard to see. So I've had a lot of feelings of unworthiness, of thoughts that I haven't had in a long time, of everyone being better off if I wasn't around. Of wanting to just dive headfirst into the rabbit hole and be lost forever. That everyone would just be so much better for it. I haven't cut in a very long time. It's been close to a year. And today is one of those days where I have considered it a great many times. I'm losing my dog. I'm losing my son. And there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it. Tomorrow I have to say goodbye to my daughter again as she goes back to school, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for her to go back. But she can't afford to stay home and not work. And she doesn't want to be here. She loves where she lives. She loves her life there. And I'm so happy for her. I really am. I just miss her a lot. I had thought about if Athena had been doing better, I was going to look at going back with Emily for the week. And then having us meet Kirk halfway next weekend for me to come back. But I can't do that because Athena is not better, she's worse. And I can't leave her, I can't abandon her. Right now, she's in the living room by herself. As soon as I finish this video, even though I really need to work on this canvas, I'm going downstairs to be with her because she's more important. I know some of you might have been looking forward to the video of Samantha from her birthday. I haven't. I've edited the individual cuts. I need to put it together. But my son is one of the reasons why I have not pushed myself to work on it. Last week when William was here for Samantha's birthday, he was, to say the least, he was appalled that I was recording Samantha's birthday. He accused me of exploiting my child, that I had no business putting my family on YouTube, that he wanted no parts of it, that he thought I was ruining her day by filming the event for you guys. And he really made me feel like crap. He really made me feel like I was doing something terrible. And I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know what I think about it. You know, my youngest daughter has been on the channel last Halloween. My husband has made some guest appearances. And he doesn't seem to have a problem with it. But my son has really kind of laid it on with trying to say that I'm not doing the right thing. And so I keep hearing his voice in the back of my head telling me that I'm exploiting my mentally handicapped daughter and that I ruined her birthday by recording it for you guys. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. I don't feel like that I have the mental capacity right now to even make an educated decision. So I see my therapist on Wednesdays. I saw her Tuesday last week because she was doing a training. But I'll see her Wednesday. And I'm going to talk to her about it then. See if she can help me figure it out. Because I'm not doing so good right now, guys. There was a lot of content this week because I filmed a lot of things ahead of time. I had some good days week before last, and so I filmed a lot of stuff. I do still have my February month in review to do. It's not the greatest. It's not going to be very long because I did more special projects than I did anything else. Purple won for the vote of what washi to put on the painting, on my owl painting. It was close. Purple literally won by 2 votes. So thank you all for your input. I really appreciate it. I try to make things as interactive as I can. I need to do the wheel for my 250 subscriber giveaway. So I will see if I have the mental capacity to do that tomorrow, because I sure as hell don't today. And figure it out. I've also been dealing with something in the community. I've been having some issues with a diamond painting group that I joined. I'm not going to say which one, but they get very upset about people talking about licensed artwork. They do a lot of giveaways on their channel. I have won quite a few in the past couple of weeks. And it wasn't until I was receiving the prizes that it became evident that they don't get their supplies or their giveaway prizes from shops that sell licensed artwork. And I don't know how I feel about that. I hear a lot of people say that, well, they can't afford to buy licensed artwork. So they turn to Temu and Amazon to get their paintings. And I understand that there's a big difference between $10 and $20. But however, 9 times out of 10, when you buy that $10 painting, it's not going to be that great. You're not getting a quality product. Most likely the picture is not going to look good because it's not the right size, because they sell those paintings at that size for that price because they make them really, really tiny. And that's not just coming from my own personal experience. That's coming from other people that I've talked to that started out buying that stuff. And they're like, I feel like I've wasted my money. Yeah, I only spent $10, but I spent $10 on something and my time on something I can't even make out. That I would have been better off, saving my money and buying one painting at $40. It would have taken me longer to do it, and it would have been a quality product, and it would have, taken as much time to do 10 little projects that didn't turn out great and that, I don't even want to display. So I don't know, people. I don't know what the right thing is. I don't know what the right answer is. I'm just one person. I'm just human. I don't mean to come across judgy and judgmental, and I try not to be. I really do. But I'm only human. And I've told you guys, it's on my treatment plan to learn how to socially engage with people outside of my family. Hell, I can't even do it with my own flesh and blood, with my own son. And you want me to be able to get along with a total stranger who has no bearing on me whatsoever? I don't know, guys. I just don't know. All right, well, I hadn't intended on crying the whole way through this mental health check-in, but there you go, guys. My mental health's in the toilet. I want to jump in the rabbit hole. I want to add fresh scars to my arm to make my heart stop hurting. I just want to save my dog. And I just want my son to just want to forgive me and give me a new start. All right. But we don't always get what we want, do we? All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye now. I'm sorry this one was such a tearjerker. The usual links will be down below in the description box. Buy me a coffee /Snowball, my Patreon. You need to use the link in my bio for my channel. It shows up right there on the page. You can join as a free member, and that way you have access to things like the paint gem vote for what I should do this month and some other things. Or you can sign up to be a member and get some exclusive behind the scenes content. If I do decide to upload Samantha's video for her birthday, it isn't going to be exclusive to paid Patreon members only. That way I'm kind of controlling the narrative a little. As opposed to it just being out there for anyone to see. My Instagram, to follow me on Instagram, to join my Facebook group. And if you want to donate to Athena's care, I just ask that you do it friends and family so I don't get hit with all the fees. And they don't do it like I provided something to you so it doesn't count for my taxes. I would really appreciate that. I will catch up with you all later this week. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.